focuses on what areas in which people fail, uh, in what areas people normally fail in IT industry. This is, I would say, true for other industries also. But only thing is, since we have a better experience in this area, we can talk only about this industry, and other industries generic concepts hold good. The very first point that we are going to talk about is lack of technical skills. This is one area where we need to understand what do we mean by lack of technical skills. Many people with even experience, say for example 3 years, 4 years, when they are put into projects, right, the delivery is not up to the mark. We have talked to many project managers, many consulting companies. The people say that person has got experience of about, say, 4 years. Actually, his skills or her skills are equivalent to only 2 to 2.5 years experienced. So, PMs feel that people's experience is not real. This is one standard complaint that we used to get. That means some people say we have 4 years, but their actual productivity is only 2 years. On what basis? This is where the lack of technical skills come. Many feel that they know, okay, the subject. For example, if you take Java or something else, C#, people they know about something, okay, this is the theory that I know. But the problem is whether they are able to apply it. Unable to apply, including a simple fact: where will I use this connection string to connect to the database? One technical concept. Or first of all, for this problem, is there a technical solution? They suddenly go to the Google, do some search, get something. We normally ask people to ask these questions. Why? First level why, then second level why, then third level why. If you ask these 3 times this why, in fact many companies ask 4 whys or even 5 whys, you will get the actual root cause. And if you knock off that problem, you may find a better solution. First why. People feel incompetent, and then because their experience level do not match. Then why does it happen? Then second why answers, they are not in a position to apply their knowledge. The third why gives, people do not practice enough. This is one of the core reasons. Lack of technical skills. Software is, after all, programming language and a few tricks here and there. Nothing rocket science. Only thing is, they read from Google or MSDN or from IBM or white papers, but they don't practice. They just try to cut and paste and try to do something. They give up so early. They do not practice enough. If you want to get to a new concept, you must try to write some code on it. You can even cut and paste, absolutely no issues. But make sure you spend some extra time. You spend extra time. This is another area where companies also complain. They work for 8 to 9 hours or even 12 hours, but the problem is within the 12 hours, only 6 hours is the productive time. Rest of the time, a lot of issues like Facebook, Orkut, chatting, invisibly the time goes and they don't spend that extra time towards new learning and practice. It goes to the very fundamental concept of our school education. In school, there is something called a paragraph writing every day. I still remember my Tamil teacher and English teacher, every day you must write. Daily, write one para in Tamil and English. But this is from a new lesson. Don't take an old lesson. Take it from a new lesson. See that, write it. Just one paragraph, maybe 6 to 7 lines, that's all. But 220 days you write that. That means the teacher is pushing you to learn something extra that is new, which is not taught by the teacher. It's a wonderful concept. This is exactly what people need to follow, especially people in the band of 2 to 5 years. For them, the technical aspect is very, very important. So all they need to do is learn a new concept. Just, I would say, not just learn only one new concept daily. It may be a very, very small concept, and it should be new, and more importantly, practice. Spend about half an hour to 45 minutes additional time apart from your regular project time. Learn something new always. Imagine if you have done it for 200 days, maybe in Java or maybe in .NET, 200 new concepts within a year, you will be ahead of your friends. And it is coming at, say, maybe 30 minutes extra time. And make sure you store all those code snippets, right? Store all those code snippets. Code snippets means code samples. The problem that we hear from most of the project managers is that people do not do that. They always try to solve the problem within the project, and additionally something daily. They're satisfied with what they exactly know as of today, which is not good. So it goes to the fundamental education, new paragraph every day, write it. Same way here, make sure additionally maybe one command extra. Maybe think through in your project what may come in the next few months. Think of something, for example, in .NET, something like serialization or XMLization or something like a reflection. Right? Learn it, take a new concept daily, or you can even, to start with, I would say, to start with, do it weekly. Daily practice is, yeah, if you once you get into that groove, then easily you can do that. But start with a weekly goal. Attack. In 50 weeks, you'll be ahead of 50 concepts from your friends. So make sure that happens. This is where exactly additional learning is not happening. That is why the lack of technical skills always come. People are happy with what they exactly know as of today, which is one of the killers for organization, unless he is pushed or she is pushed. There are certain tendency in people that enough push is not there. Unless someone is saying, hey, go read, they normally don't read. So it has to come from self. The root cause of all these things is lack of technical skills, is lack of self-learning, nothing else. At employment level, trainings do happen, but don't entirely depend on depend on only the training. Even the training is giving you some conceptual training. It is up to you to pull in new things on a daily basis. Learn every day. Now I'm asking you a question. How many of you have done this daily learning or weekly new learning? Whatever, if you have learned something new in the last 1 week, again, it has to come from by yourself. Can you please type it and then send it to me in the chat? So lack of self-learning is the root cause of lack of technical skills and laziness to practice. Just reading alone is not sufficient. In fact, one person honestly agreed that I have not. Please do, please read, please practice, which is key. The moment your learning stops, the moment your practice stops, your knowledge stops right there. Right? Good. In fact, I have not got any chat messages from people. In fact, second person also, I agree, I don't have any topic that I learned in the last week. I appreciate your honesty. At the same time, look back. Self-learning is the only thing that can propel you like a rocket forward. So make sure that you learn. And practice, that is more important. Reading alone is not sufficient. Practice, practice, practice. That is the first part. So lack of technical skills is nothing but, right? It's one thing that we need to keep on doing it again and again and again. Right? In fact, one person has told that I started reading something, but it got stuck. Correct? Yes, this is exactly what will happen, right? You will start off something, but suddenly you forget it because of some problems that you got in the project or in personal life or whatever. But every day we don't forget to eat. We don't forget to take bath. We don't forget to brush. Same way, daily learning is a key. Swami Vivekananda, Mahatma Gandhi, right? All great people do a lot of reading daily, lot of learning daily, right? That is extremely important. That is the only medicine to overcome lack of the technical skills, nothing else. I can send you to 1,000 training programs, but still, if the self-learning doesn't come, technical skills will always be weak in you. Is that clear? The first point. That is where many people fail. That is why many organizations now do have a lot of initiatives saying that weekly meetings with the people to share the experience, right? At least one person reads, others can be shared with that experience, right? Now, second thing, lack of understanding the expectation. This is another area where people need to do a lot of groundwork. When the project starts, the project will have development leads, test leads, business analysts, developers, testers, some technical writing people, right? In this, right? In this group, there is always a problem, right? What should I do, right? One of the standard questions that people will always try to do is, what am I supposed to do, right? In this project, okay, I am assigned with some task. That is one part, right? Doing the assigned task, that is normal expectation. But everybody wants you to go 1 mile extra. What is that extra? Because someone will be impressed. Impression doesn't come by normal behavior. If someone acts normally, that hero is not a great guy. If someone scores, say 20 runs every, or say 30 runs in T20, but not a hard hitter, that person's name may not come out. But if someone scores that extra, that is where the recognition comes, right? Growth comes. So what do we mean by lack of understanding the expectations? Usually PM will set goals, right? Setting the goals for the project is in the hands of project manager. Okay, now I'm happy because more people have joined this webinar. Initially the crowd was less, but after the 15th minute the crowd has come, which is good. So because this is one of the most important webinars that people need to understand from the expectation side of the management. Because unless someone corrects these factors, correct? In any project, only 50% is technical. Rest is all other skills, your communication, your task tracking, etc., etc. So unless we fill that rest 50%, the person will not be an all-rounder in software. Now, when we talk about expectations, there are project level expectation, project level, individual level. At the same time, daily, some things will change daily. Today I'm expecting, only for today I'm expecting you to do that, right? So we need to understand all these things from the project manager. Now I'm asking you a question. If you are already working, how many of you have asked your project manager, tell exactly what you expect from me? How many of you have done that? Can you please raise your hands? Only 3 hands raise, 4 hands. Rest of the hands do not raise, right? So we need to ask. Many times the first level why is always answering, I have not asked. Standard reason is, right, I have not asked. Second answer is, I got some answer. The answers were very vague. It is not clear. This is another answer we always get. If you go for a loan from the bank, if you are not getting clear answers, will you leave that guy? Unless you get clear answers, you will not leave that guy. You will ask questions again and again and again and again till you are clear. Same way, if you are not clear, you need to ask your project manager in simple, plain terms, no jargons, right? See, you need to work hard, make the delivery happen, right? That's what my expectation. Okay, working hard means what? Do you want me to stay late? Do you want me to come on Saturday, Sundays? Be very clear, right? First expectation in terms of timings. Check that part. A small discrepancy, right? Your project manager might have expected to, might be expecting you to stay late till 11 o'clock on some day. You need to ask. In fact, a few projects in our company also, we tell people, hey, next 2 Saturdays you need to come to office. There is no other way because we need to finish. We have to tell that. So timings is one part where there is always some misunderstanding, right? Because specifically on some Saturdays, somebody will come early, somebody will come late. If those two people are interacting, then obviously there's a 2-hour delay. One guy will be upset, another guy will be happy go, right? So that's not going to be the case. You need to be very, very clear on timings, right? Second thing, what areas in which I must focus. Your project manager may very clearly tell, hey, this project has got 4 or 5 modules. Better you take this, right? Right? This is a clear thing. Which area? Rather than me trying to, okay, you assign me some task. Apart from this, which area I need to own? Basically the ownership. In this module, if any bugs do happen, you are the owner. So ensure nothing happens. So that is one area. Many times it may be like voluntary work. Many people feel, hey, this is not my part, my job. This is supposed to be the team lead's job. Why should I do this? There is a mindset in people saying that, oh, this is the team lead's job. If I do this, why that guy should be getting paid? It's a standard, I would say, some negative mindset always in the people. Voluntary work, what areas that you can take. For example, someone has to do the code review. Should I do the code review now? Someone has to do some basic integration testing. Should I take it on my shoulders? You ask. One of the famous things always, if you are able to take 20 to 25% of the work from your next level upper management, that means you are growing. If you don't try to take it, waiting for them to come to you to knock your doors and then give that work, it is not going to happen. Unless you ask for more work, right? The value adding work will not come to you. The project manager will not come and tell you, okay, do this as part of additional stuff. Better you ask voluntary stuff, right? That always helps you to grow. So the lack of understanding always comes with that. With the project manager, okay, end of the project we should deliver. Second thing is, as an individual level, can I take some additional tasks? Apart from that, there is something I told, daily expectations. Things will change suddenly, right? On a single day, suddenly three people will be absent. Or someone will be, right? PM may be ill, or many people may go for IPL on that day, right? Again, if work still remains, can you ask your PM, hey, since you guys are going out, should I take any additional responsibility? He or she may not dump with some work to you, but that one question always gives the other side a comfort level. Yes, this guy is trying to expand his strengths, and he is asking me that, okay, he comes and asks me, that itself is giving the bonding. So the expectations will be, the project manager will be willing to share some of his pains with this person. Many times people feel shy to ask. Do not feel shy to ask. If you feel shy, it's not going to help you or the project manager. So ask. That's another area that people need to be equipping themselves. So the expectations, the misunderstanding comes just because not asking. There is nothing else if you go and ask. There is one other thing. Now this is the expectation with respect to the project manager. With peers also there are expectations. Your fellow developer, your fellow tester may also expect something from you. Again, from that person also, but usually this is not project wise. This is usually specific for that day. Hey, I'm going early today a little bit. Can you just take care of this? Yeah, I forgot to notify something to my manager. I forgot to send the status report. Can you send something on behalf of me? So there are some daily expectations from your friend. Voluntarily go and then meet, ask them what to do. That is a single most secret that you have to get it from your guys. Nothing else. Unless you go on the knock, they are not going to come to you. This is what many people also fail to deliver that part. Is this clear? Can you please raise the hands? In fact, one person has mentioned, I asked my manager for my promotion after I got outstanding performance. This person said, the project manager said, unless you expand your team, I cannot help you anything, right? That's very clear. See, for example, as an individual, one person has got outstanding performance, whereas the project manager expected this guy to be a team lead kind of a thing, right? You should have got a few people for you alone. This is coming only towards the performance appraisal at the end. But if you have asked 6 months before itself, right? We know the performance appraisal may be done in April, or March. Suppose we ask the same question, hey, what should I do to do that? So some clue would have come right there. So we try to ask, at least better late than never, but at least we ask late, that's fine. But periodically go and ask, what should I do? What should I do? Then the project manager or somebody else also cannot go back in their words. Okay. Someone has asked to explain the last point, especially with respect to peers. Peers are your fellow developers or testers. They may also expect something from you. That is additional things also, right? If someone is closer to the manager, then they will say, hey, this guy is getting pampered, right? And he's a pet person to that project manager, and he's putting a lot of soap. So that kind of gossip will also come. Absolutely no doubt there will be gossips. Don't be afraid of all those things. If you want to grow, you can learn only from a senior. Because you want to become that level, that means you have to be attached to that level. Gossips will keep on coming, absolutely no doubt. But unless you go catch project leader to learn project leading skills, unless you catch project manager to get the PM skills, there is no other way. For that, you need to be attached to that person very closely, and you need to earn the trust. You cannot force the trust. You have to earn the trust from that person by doing extra stuff towards the project success. So unless you do that, there is no way that you can meet that expectation. Otherwise, at the wrong time, at the very last moment, they will say, this is what I was expecting, but you didn't scale up for that. In fact, a few times, even for a set of senior members in my previous experiences, I told, hey, I was expecting you to come back with some options. You never came back to me. Only when I tell you are giving me some answers as escape routes. But why didn't you tell this before? Right? So the person at a junior level should go and then knock. There is no other way. Same way with peers also, right? Peers meaning fellow developers and testers. But usually they will not have a project level goal set for you. Hey, this week I may be going a little bit early. Can you take care of some of my stuff? At least testing my stuff and reviewing my stuff. Okay, if anything goes wrong in my module, can you just make a call at this number, right? So some kind of an arrangement, right? That is the key that your fellows always want from you. Meet that also, because that is also very, very important. Otherwise, when you need help, they may not help you. Correct? So you need to be helping your peers. You need to be learning from your management side also. Good. We covered 2 points today. Lack of expectations, or say lack of misunderstanding the expectation, and then lack of technical skills. We talked about this for last 45 minutes. I am open to doubts for the next 15 minutes. Any doubts, please ask. Okay, one person said, yeah, communicate. Yes, that is the key point. Unless you go and then tell, it will lead to a lot of misunderstanding. Talk. All it needs is pick up a phone and then talk, or say chat with that person. You will get to know the expectations. That's true. Another person has talked about how do we make sure that this will go smooth if PM has a problem. Right? See, it's always a perception. There are good people as well as bad people. You cannot tag every project manager as egoistic. So this is typically a wrong notion, right? First of all, we need to give the respect. The PM has come to that level because of showing some extra stuff than the others, right? So don't go with the negative mindset that the PM will not help you. Go with the mindset that the PM will help you, right? something. Someone has asked, do certifications help to grow in IT industry? Yes. One of the, again, it goes back to the same root cause. Why should I go for certification? Because certificate is a carrot, right? Unless I get a certificate, right? For example, Microsoft or HP certificate or Oracle certificate, right? Why should I do this? Ensures that you learned, right? A certificate is a proof that you learned additional. I go for Microsoft SQL Server certification or Oracle certification or Sun Java certification. Why should I go? Because that certificate gives me a concrete proof that additionally learned. That shows your learning is always extra effort. Your organization doesn't force. Some of the organization now force to do certification also to push people. Otherwise, they don't learn. Even some of the appraisals always ensure, hey, unless you have the certification, you may not be promoted, right? So certification always definitely help to ensure that you have a concrete proof. But having a certificate doesn't make you a Java guru or an Oracle guru. It is again, okay, you know the concept. Whether you are able to apply that concept in your real life is something different. We all have B certificates or MCA certificates. That doesn't mean that everybody has the capability to apply all the engineering principles, right? So don't go with the negative mindset that the PM is bad. Go and then ask. Worst come worst case, you'll be in a position to eliminate some of the bad ideas or notions, right? The same question can come to you. Then in that case, are you perfect, right? When you are saying PM is not perfect, are you perfect? This question will come back to you again. So go with the positive mindset because you want to go to that level. That means you have to get attached to that level. As simple as that. Nothing else. Any other question? Okay. One other question has come in terms of how do we know that what to learn, right? What topics to learn? Okay, good. That's a very good question. For example, every day I need to learn. So that's a wonderful thing to do, but what should I learn, right? This is exactly talk to your leads or managers. Many times, I would say don't even talk to peers. Peers will always say, most of the times, peers will get carried away with popular topics, right? For example, hey, learn that, yeah, this is so popular, this is having market, right? A peer meaning a person is in the same level. So they normally get into the branding or the notions which may not reflect the reality. But a senior member will always know. For example, if you have 2-year experience in the industry, you know what topic to learn better than a fresher. A college guy will get carried away with the advertisements on the newspapers, on the TVs, whereas you are not, because you are now part of the working force. So you know which is important, which is not important. Same way, to learn new things, talk to your managers and leads. What is exactly going to be the need of this project technically? Which area should I call? Then somebody will say, for this project, you may have to learn Ajax, XML, and then MySQL stored procedures, right? So they may give you topics. Try to learn that most of the times. Again, I'm not saying all the times it's bad, but when you talk to your fellow developers or testers, the topics that they always tell is always, right? Some popular stuff which may not be adding a real value to you. So better to talk to them. In fact, one of the person always said, the PM or the lead always asks to learn related to our projects only. Yes, better do that, because first thing A project is a real experience. One of the person said, PM or TL always tell learn only what is related to the project because that is exactly what a company needs. People want to get some answer which are always jazzy, but what is practical is something different. What is needed is what is required for the project, as simple as that. What is required for the resume is immaterial to the company. So always try to do that. So if you are able to learn and then deliver in the project better, that is what a company needs. Not a popular topic or not the most voted topic in the internet. That's always better. Again, a few questions have come in terms of what if the manager is completely different? He's from a different domain. Yeah, this usually always happens. Till last year, this person was managing something with respect to healthcare projects. Now this person is put into automotive projects. Leads are a better material because they are directly into the technical stuff. They can help you. But when it comes to management principles, every manager is a manager, right? So again, if you are at the PM level, talk to the GM level to learn what next, right? They may talk about costing, right? Resourcing, something like that. Good. I will stop here today as I'm not receiving any more doubts with respect to today's portion.